Well, we've had lunch, we've had breakfast, but you know what? I'm still hungry. How could you not be with all the food that's here to enjoy at the Thousand Tastes of Toronto at the Distillery District? Sure, we saw a little bit of rain here and there, but that's not stopping the thousands of people from coming out and enjoying the event. Make sure you bring an umbrella, but also bring your appetites. British Columbia's Fraser River continues to swell, approaching levels not seen in 40 years. Johnny writes this on Twitter: "The mighty Fraser is mighty, mighty today," after taking this photograph of the rising river levels near the Prince George vicinity. And what's worse, more rain is on the way. We're looking at 15, potentially even 30 millimeters of rain to fall near areas where the Fraser lies. I'm just going to draw that out for you. The Fraser runs through Prince George, Williams Lake, just around through Chilliwack and just east of Vancouver. So the heavy rain combined with the fast snow melt has officials on high alert. On Friday, Abbotsford declared a localized state of emergency. They ordered the evacuation of 17 homes. There was even more evacuations that took place in Chilliwack, BC. Emergency staff are reminding people that rising river levels are very dangerous and to keep away from high streams and riverbanks. A great tool to use, in addition to watching the Weather Network, is going to Twitter and following this feed. It's the BC emergency feed. It's at Emergency Info BC. They're continuously updating the public on evacuation orders, as well as any closures, road closures, trail closures, and park closures that have to do with the flooding situation on the ground. But stay with us throughout the program as we continue our flood watch coverage throughout the show. This is as close to the wildfire as I can be without getting in harm's way. You can see the plumes of smoke just behind me there as fire crews work around the clock to try and contain the wildfire. I spoke to a wildfire ranger just moments ago, and he says that currently the status of this wildfire is still out of control.
Farah has been enjoying the heat all day from outside of our Oakville studios. But Farah, some people I think don't think when it gets that hot out, and you have some really sad news.
I do. York Regional Police made an arrest after they found a dog dead parked in a vehicle outside of a shopping mall in Ontario. This is just so avoidable, folks. It is not safe to leave your pets parked outside in the car on any day, but especially on days like today where it is so hot. And on top of that, we have a smog advisory. High heat and smog can be dangerous. So southwestern Ontario all the way into central Ontario and the GTA. Farah Dalla here in Edmonton. Just want to give a warm Alberta welcome to our viewers who are watching the Weather Network Alberta on Shaw. The hundreds of people that attended the Remembrance Day ceremony in the cold and in the piles of snow say it pales in comparison to the sacrifice made by the Canadian soldiers that are being remembered today. Picture this: around 500 milk cartons needed to be filled with water and frozen in order to build this igloo. It took around 2 months to complete. I'm in the beautiful community of Fort McMurray, which is around 435 kilometers north of Edmonton. I drove up Highway 63 to get here, which is quite nice. It's nestled between beautiful boreal forest. However, there is one slight disadvantage. You have to share the highway with 16-wheeler trucks, but nonetheless, we got here safely, and I was greeted with open arms by several Fort McMurray residents. They're really happy to see the Weather Network's presence here on the ground. Fluctuating temperatures lead to a thaw-freeze process that, combined with vehicles riding on top of damaged areas,